So to get on a motorcycle, first make sure you're good, feet on the ground, holding the front brake. You ask the passenger to step up, maybe hold on to yourself as they lift themselves up onto the bike. You don't want the passenger to pull you down. You want them to stand and lift up and over. So first thing, I recommend focusing on the person in the mirror. Focus on you. Have some experience. Actually, taking it easy, taking a bunch of courses, going out and practicing, not just riding. Have at least a couple thousand miles under your belt at like an absolute minimum. Understand the suspension impact it's gonna have when you do take a passenger. Know that the handling of the bike will be different. You're adding 100 plus pounds as a passenger. The geometry of the bike, how it steers, how it turns, the rate at which it turns, how the bike accelerates, how it brakes, how it behaves while leaning. Understanding you'll probably want to adjust the sag on the bike if you take a passenger. If you don't even understand how these things will be impacted from a passenger, that's probably a good idea why I don't recommend taking one. So first, make sure the passengers are willing to be a passenger, they're geared up, they're sober, they're willing to accept the risks, right? Riding is 38 times more dangerous than driving a car. That means per mile driven, you are 38 times more likely to die on a motorcycle than you are driving a car. So make sure the passenger is willing to accept that. And the passenger's job 100% is to trust the rider, not try to help control the bike. That's the job of the rider. So you, as the rider, you have to know how and when to tell the passenger to get on and off, how to sit, what to expect, what to do, what to pay attention to, what to do for cornering, for stoplights, for stop signs, and also what not to do. Taking your feet off the pegs, wiggling around, not paying attention, not holding on, right? You have a lot of things to do to tell the passenger about what to do before you go out on the public roads.
So riding on the back of a bike as a passenger can be so much fun. But for me personally, there's three things that are really important in order to get enjoyment out of it. The first is to ride with somebody who is a skilled rider who has experience at taking passengers. When someone's got experience at taking passengers, they'll communicate with you beforehand and tell you what they expect when you get on the bike, how you should sit, what you should do. So it's really important to ride with somebody who knows what they're doing, who has experience with passengers. The second thing is I personally wear full gear. I'm taking on the same amount of risk as the actual rider when I get on the back of the motorcycle. So I wear a full face helmet, pants and a jacket that have armor in it, boots, all of it, just as if I was riding the motorcycle and in charge of it myself. And then the third thing is really most important for motorcycles like this that don't have a top case to lean against. And that's to stay alert while you're riding on the streets or in the mountain roads and really anticipate what's coming up. Is there a stop sign up ahead? Are you going to come to a full stop? Same thing with green lights. Is there going to be acceleration? If you're going around a mountain road, is there going to be a lean? Is there a bump in the road coming up that might cause you to lift up and come up off of the seat? When you anticipate all of those things, then you can really enjoy the ride instead of like being kind of thrown off because you don't know what's happening next. So go out there and have a great time, and thanks for watching.
So first I tell them, are you comfortable riding with me and where we're going and how aggressive we're going to be riding and whatever else. And if they're comfortable with that, that's great. And I tell them, your job is to not move. Your job is to not try to lean the opposite way. If I'm going left, I want you to go with left. If there's 100 plus pounds in the back of my bike, just like a rock. Imagine a rock I just strapped to the back of my bike. That's 150 pounds. I could drive around all day with that rock and it will be no problem. And a big old 150 pound rock is sometimes better than passengers, because a lot of people had bad passengers before. And that means they're wiggling around, they're bouncing around, they're shifting, they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, because if a 150 pound rock is moving, that's gonna jack me up incredibly. So I tell the passenger, don't move. It's my job to control the bike, and I have to know what I'm doing well enough to control me, 500 pound bike, and your weight. So if the passenger sits there and does not move, that is best what I want. So what I mean by not moving around, if I'm the passenger, I got my handles right here, I just hold on, I just secure myself to the bike. If the rider is doing body position, or if they're moving around, if they're doing whatever, it's their job to control their bike, not my job to help. And most likely I will mess up the rider if I try to move around. Say we're going left, if I try to do this, I just shifted 150 pounds over to the inside, which is gonna affect the steering, the suspension, everything, which this person was not ready for. And I can't control how much the passenger moves. So that's why I tell them, just don't move. I don't care what happens, what you do not move at all. Let the rider be responsible. So sometimes, only thing if the rider wants to do anything, if I'm going left, just do this. Just look in the direction you want to go. You can move your head around, that's not going to be a big deal. But if you try to shift your weight or do anything else, it's going to jack you up. So I highly suggest the passenger just be a sack of potatoes. Just sit there and let the rider do their job. So here's a quick example. Rider doing their job. So I'm on the bike. Rider's just trying to stay neutral as much as possible. Try not to move around that much. So if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and the rider is not moving, I won't have any unexpected shifts in weight and shifts in balance ultimately. So that's why I tell the riders not to move at all. So here's Doodle on a motorcycle. She wanted a little bit of footage for her videos of us together riding around. So she put up her camera and I was like, okay. She's like, oh, just do some circles or whatnot. Just do whatever with me on the back. So I decided to just play around a little bit. So as you can see with the bike, she's just sitting neutral, pulling herself down into the seat, leaning back up against the top rest or against the top case. And I'm just doing my thing. If she doesn't move and I don't feel anything unpredictable, I can still do anything I could do normally if she wasn't there. It doesn't make a difference that she's there or not for me. And that's to the point where you want to get to. Get to the point where you're so good at what you're doing, you're so confident in it that you've practiced so much alone first that even if you take a passenger, there's not really any big difference. There's a little bit more weight, but it's not really going to mess you up at all. Now here's an example. A couple years ago now, all these clips are older videos, but here's an example of my friend on the back. First time ever taking her, and then this is on my old GS, so it's at least 2 years old, maybe even closer to 3 years old now. But as you can see, she's staying straight upright. Look at that, knee dragging, one-handed in a parking lot, going like 20 miles per hour. 1 foot, one hand. So again, it doesn't matter that I have a passenger or not. If I know what I'm doing, and I'm confident with what I'm doing alone, and I could do all this stuff by myself, a passenger really doesn't make that much of a difference if you know what to say to the passenger, you know how to tell them how to get on and off, you tell them what to do. You can do anything you want. Like right here, slow speed turning, circles, U-turns, whatever you're trying to do. Step one is to get good yourself. Then if you take a passenger, well, what's really the difference? A little bit more weight, sure, but it shouldn't affect you that much. If you say passengers really mess me up or they do whatever, it's probably you're not good enough first to be taking a passenger, and you don't have the confidence in your own abilities and the actual skill just to be doing this stuff by yourself very, very easily. If the things that I'm doing in the video right now, like knee dragging, figure eight, U-turns, whatever else, if you can't do that alone very, very easily, I do not recommend taking a passenger and attempting any of this stuff. Obviously, if you don't know what you're doing, this could be very dangerous and risky, and you could definitely get hurt trying to do stuff like this. So make sure you really know what you're doing before you take a passenger. And this is just in a parking lot. This is the point. You're just in a parking lot right now, just practicing around. Take a passenger for the first time, just kind of get used to the weight, get used to the turning, acceleration, braking in a parking lot. Then when you go outside of on the public roads, man, you're going way faster, and there's a whole lot more risk. So if you're doing anything with the passenger, start off small. Start in a big empty parking lot somewhere, a dead-end road, around the neighborhood where there's less traffic, less risk, less variables. You see what I'm saying? But you get to the point where you just play around like this and just do a demonstration that the passengers don't really matter once you get to the point where you know what you're doing and you're confident in your abilities. Then you just tell a passenger, hey, jump on the bike, sit down, don't move. Pull yourself down into the seat, lean back a little bit up against the top case. If you don't move, everything is good. And then my friend, she was like, okay. So I jumped on the bike, and she had no idea I was going to do any of this stuff. It was a complete shocker, like it's just a mystery. And I just had my buddy record, because someone asked me a little bit before this. This was when I was doing my weekly Sunday practice sessions. And someone asked me, well, what about a passenger? And they doing this and the weight and everything. I was like, oh. And I was trying to explain. I was like, yeah, passengers, it's a little bit more weight, but it doesn't really affect you that much once you got it down. Once you got it down what you're doing, the passenger's like, oh, not really a big deal. And they're like, well, I don't know. It's a lot more weight, and it changes this and it changes that. And I was like, okay, I'll show you. So I gave them my phone, I was like, here, record me. Just try to keep me in the center of the camera. And I asked my friend, I was like, hey, you want to jump on the back real quick? I'm just going to do a little quick video. And she was like, okay. And then I ended up doing this. But even right here, this is full lock turns within a 20-foot circle on the GS with her on the back. Right. So passenger riding, take it easy. Make sure you actually know what you're doing first. When you go to first take a passenger, start off in a low risk environment at slower speeds and slowly build your confidence up. There we go. Thanks for watching.